hopeful. I'm Hopia.
See what you did there.
I'm just peeved.
Yeah, no, it's all laggy. I don't know why.
Because my
Everything
code
hates
was
me.
like, no, I don't hate you.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't.
I'm
I
glad
don't
you
hate
don't.
you.
Everything
I don't
else
hate you
just
guys either. Apparently. Welcome back to Phixius Titans. It's session. I'm pretty sure it's session 13, actually. I have them all saved.
12.
Is it?
12.
Mm,
I've been writing them all down, labeling them.
12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 was last week.
Yeah.
I don't know how to count.
Oh well.
So session 13. Oh, they put a phone number in the closed captions. Oh, I'm still listed as GM Effie. Whatever, it's fine. I don't care at this point. Our first sponsor tonight is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code TheVactaire, all one word at checkout, for 15% off of your order. Ryan is on vacation right now, but as soon as he gets back, he will get your order in the mail. So don't freak out if it doesn't ship right away. He's not in the country. So, Maggie, what's your dice pick of the week?
Why aren't the cats like just packing the dice orders? That's what I want to know.
I know, right?
Animal labor laws.
I feel like Bill could do it. He does it for the love of the game. Anyways, you have to guess my dice pick of the week. I'm like a little troll under a bridge, but not a troll and not under a bridge.
What is your favorite color?
Guess what the dice is, Affy.
But I have it right here in front of me on...
Yeah, yes. It's Big Spender. Do you want it?
Poor Saver.
Yeah, no, it's Big Spender, which is the opposite.
Royal Spender.
Royal Spender.
So it's actually peasant saver.
Peasant saver. Yes, do you want to prove that you're not a peasant? Buy these dice, and maybe they'll bless you with good fortune. Good fortune is not guaranteed upon arrival.
Very true.
Good disclaimer.
Side effects may include nat ones.
True.
I actually do have some dice from Ryan, and they actually roll really good, though. I'm pretty impressed.
My old man rolling dice almost killed you guys one night.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, I sometimes roll with real dice in my Saturday game, and like, I have like a few dice that I know normally roll decently, and a few of them are from what he sent me.
Nice.
Good stuff.
And that's a high honor to be included in the I can't lose you pile.
Must keep these dice.
We're still partnered with Monument Studios, and they just dropped some fucking amazing information over on their Instagram. Fantasy Plus goes live 3/25/25. That's March 25th, 2025. So if you don't have it yet, go get it. Pre-order, get it, because it's awesome. It's 5,000, over 5,000 content creator, royalty-free, copyright-free music and sound effects. You can use it on stream with no issues of copyright claims. On YouTube, no issues with copyright claims. And of course, you can also use it for your home games. So go check them out at Monument Studios on Instagram. And again, that is dropping March 25th. So fucking awesome. Can't wait. It'll be nice to use that instead of all of the music on my computer. My poor hard drive is like, no, it's awesome, but I don't want to.
It's putting in the work.
It is. Check out our merch store. There's some new designs that are just being not tested.
Finalized.
But yeah, basically finalized to make sure that they are going to print good, print well. So those designs are from myself, from Corvée, who's that lady right over there. And I'll probably twist Artemis's arm to make something as well. But yeah, they are coming. They're just not ready yet. Because they gotta be a certain way, or they're not gonna print well, and they're gonna like peel off, and it's not good. We don't want that. Don't want that for you.
Yeah, they gotta cook.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if I turn off the recording and I'll just download it.
It is no fun, is no Blinsky.
Is no fun, is no Blinsky. That is correct. We are going to GaryCon. So if you are in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin between March 20th and the 23rd, be on the lookout for us. We're going to be there being a bunch of assholes as usual. Come say hi. We'll have like stickers and stuff to give you.
21 days.
Not
Not that I'm counting or anything.
Last but not least, you can find all of our sessions over on our YouTube channel under the live button.
Well,
They are there. The actual edited versions are in process. Hopefully, I've got like a little bit of a backlog, obviously, because life be lifey. And podcast versions are also wherever you can get your podcasts from. So if you prefer to not look at our stupid faces, you can just listen to our stupid voices instead. That's it.
Okay.
I'm looking at all your faces right now.
Our stupid faces, no!
Maggie, I can see your shame keyboard. That's not a shame keyboard in the reflection of your glasses.
Yes. You can just see my eyes. Look into my eyes. Young Padawan.
So when we left off, we had kind of a short session last week where you guys finished exploring the sewers and found some cranium rats and released a cranium rat and had a conversation with one. You also discovered the sort of like lab that belonged to Victor Calethorn and found his journal, found some of his alchemical stuff that was going on down there. And Ophelia found some smoke bombs. It was a good time. You know,
And the
you found
recipe.
some more rats.
we found
Yes,
lots
and a
of-
recipe.
Yeah.
Hi, Tisk. And you
And all
also,
sorts of things from Duality's tinctures, as I recall.
yes,
Hmm.
you found a
Lots
bag with a
things-
bunch of
lots
potions in
things
it.
We found. Yeah,
Um,
very good.
and we had just kind of left off. You guys were still, you were still sort of standing in the lab area that Victor had, deciding what you wanted to do next. So, what is your plan, my little chaos beans?
I thought we'd left.
Did you go up out of the ladders? I don't remember
went up-
off
we
the top
went-
of my head.
We went up the ladders,
Okay, so
and
you're standing
then
on the
got-
streets.
then got prestidigitated.
Oh,
Went
yes, that's right.
unprecedented.
Yes, and then unprecedented. Because spite.
So you're standing up on street level now,
Yes.
in an alley.
All nice
What
and clean.
would you like to do?
I suggest we go back to Third House Surgeon and get rid of these rats
Yes.
Yeah.
And
and
we
get the
might
money
want
for
to.
these rats.
Yeah, we have to also inquire about that door, and we have a meeting with the Sparks soon, I believe.
Yeah, in about 2 days.
Yeah.
We got time to fill.
We
Mhm.
could do the warehouse job tomorrow.
We could. That would be a very good idea.
Yeah, you
If
guys had
we're
already
going
grabbed
to
that
stay
contract.
busy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we?
we did. We sort of went, yeah,
We could
that
do
one, thank you.
that.
Yoink.
I almost forgot what my accent was.
Should we, when
Ah,
we turn in the rats, should we mention that we saw the cranium rats, or are we keeping that information to ourselves?
No, I think we agreed to speak to someone about it because we have very little knowledge. And it's probably a bad thing that there are cranium rats down there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe we could also. Did Victor go missing? Did we decide from the school he worked at, or he was ousted for being?
It's
PDD?
unclear. None of you were students there, so you don't really know for
Yeah.
sure.
We might want to message the university that he worked at and be like, hey, Not sure if you knew, but this man, he is deceased. He no longer has tenure, I assume.
No,
He is
fine.
not just on a long sabbatical.
Aware? Not sure if you're aware, but we killed this dude in the sewers.
You don't
That's what I
necessarily
was
have
thinking. I'm not sure that's entirely the best way to describe it. Just in case you didn't know, we did him. Fine.
Well, you never
Mhm.
know. I'm getting stuck on.
Okay, let's go turn in the rats.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way back across the Azure Ward to where Third House Surgeon is. It's not too far from where you are. You only went a couple of blocks. And you find yourself in a very familiar sort of courtyard outside of the buildings. And it's about mid-afternoon right now.
Okay,
lost
let's
my
take
map.
these to. Where were we supposed to take them? I know.
I
we're
was
supposed
just
bring
trying to
them back.
remember that.
You
Yeah,
want to
we got
take them to the Quartermaster Vale, Master Vale Harith. That's who
Okay,
gave
we
you
do
the
that.
original traps.
I look at my quest log and then I look at the mini map and try to find him with the yellow question mark from World of Warcraft.
Correct.
Follow the compass at the top of the screen.
Yes, you follow the yellow question mark. You
Yeah.
find him in the warehouse just to the right when you walk in, and he's there. It looks like he's just finished loading up a wagon that's due to go out, and is checking things off on a list when he sees you come in, and sort of waves at you. Oh, you're back. How did it go?
Well, we have a good number of rats for you. I think
Good.
8. I think 8 in the end.
Okay.
And we've replaced all the traps so that there's still opportunities.
Perfect.
We had an interesting experience in that there's we found something or some things that are probably best described as cranium rats. Weird, very weird.
Mm.
Glowy blue things with and you could see bits of them that one shouldn't really be able to see. Very
That
unpleasant.
sounds terrifying.
When Lily
Yeah.
says that, Race is just gesturing out of the top of her head like it's flashing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They also seem
Exactly.
to understand common and swarm together.
Yeah.
That's even more terrifying.
And
They are cranium rats.
Would
Do you
would
know
happen-
anything about them?
Yeah.
I don't. That might be a Pim thing.
Are they here?
She's a lot more knowledgeable than I am. She's always here.
Okay, I
She
wasn't
doesn't
sure.
really leave anymore.
Okay.
Thought maybe they go walkabout, so had to ask.
No, she does sometimes spend time with the horses, but for the most part, she's in her greenhouse.
Okay.
All right, well, enjoy your rats.
Okay, and he hands you a sack that has 8 gold in it for each of you.
Add that to my sheet.
Thank you. This is very good. I like this.
Ophelia squeezes her sack to assess the gold and then distributes it in her sheet.
And make sure you turn your head and cough.
Sure.
I'm adding the sack to my sheet too because I might use it for something someday.
Okay. So you make your way to the greenhouse then?
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, you make your way into the greenhouse, and it is much as you have seen it in the past, full of plants and all kinds of different earthy smells, and you see Pim's hard at work at a workbench in the back. She hears the sort of the little bell that tingles overhead when you come inside, and turns around. Oh, you're back. How was your trip?
Interesting.
Stinky.
Stinky, yeah, that too.
Stinky.
So, all good things.
Stinky is not
Stinky's
a good
not
thing.
a great thing. No, not a great thing. But also we found some weird things called cranium rats that the quartermaster thought you might have heard of and know something about.
She kind of thinks for a minute, and she says, cranium.
Mm.
It's been a long time since I've heard anything about them in the city. You said you saw them?
There are a good number of them down in the sewers. Sort of
Interesting.
swarming. I mean, we caught one and decided it would be more sensible to let it go again because it didn't feel terribly safe hanging onto it.
You didn't find an illithid down there as well, did you?
No, but we found a man who had experimented on himself by making a potion using a cranium rat brain, and he went insane. I would not recommend doing so.
I would think so.
Well, I talked about it, and apparently repeating something for scientific research, if it fails the first time, can be seen as ill-advised amongst lay people. So I just wanted to reassert that in front of you as another person of science. Ophelia is a little salty that it's like, oh, we can't redo the terrible experiment.
I wouldn't recommend
unwise.
cranium rats in and of themselves are dangerous. I can only imagine what using a brain of one would do.
Mm-hmm. He was looking for a door that moved.
A door that moves.
Yeah.
And she kind of shuffles over to her desk where she's got like a stack of tomes like situated on it, and starts like rifling through stuff. And like it takes her a little while because she doesn't move very fast for one thing. But it takes her a little while. You guys are just kind of standing there awkwardly, just like watching her and like looking around in the greenhouse as she's humming to herself and thumbing through the books. And eventually she turns around and holds out a very old looking tome that has like water spots on the pages and stuff like that. And she says, this might be what you're looking for. And she holds it out to you. What languages does everybody speak?
Americano.
That's
Nice.
coffee.
Good coffee.
Common, draconic, giant, infernal, primordial.
Okay.
Common, elvish,
Common,
primordial.
Dwarvish, Elvish, Primordial.
Yeah, remind me where I find it.
Abilities?
The abilities tab at the bottom.
Obviously, it's going to be in abilities. That's stupid. Elvish, Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, and Goblin.
So Lily, you understand this because it is in Celestial. And it's a very short passage that speaks of a door that is present in Yamani that moves throughout the city. It's never in the same place for more than a few days at a time. It's very difficult to find and even harder to predict where it's going to go. Or where in the city it's going to go. And as for where it leads, rumors are that it leads to a city.
Okay.
What city? Would you reveal that information to us?
Obviously, yes. I tell everybody that.
Yeah. Well, what city though?
You can make a history
Right.
check to see if you know what it is,
Mhm.
or if you've heard of it.
18.
22.
Oh, thank you. 22.
Okay. You gonna try, Race?
I guess so. That's about what I.
Nice. Race, you basically have the dial-up sound going on in your head right now.
Mhm.
A door that moves around the city is a little bit more than you can sort of
Mind-boggling.
like. Yeah. Doors,
Can't
they
fathom
don't
it.
go places. Like, you can go through doors, but they don't move. Not without somebody pushing them. So it's a little hard for you to fathom how this is moving around the city. But Ophelia and Lily, you both would know that the city that they're speaking of is a city called Sigil.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh my god, I've gotten up to so much mischief in Sigil in other campaigns. That place is fucking lucky.
That's where you're gonna go.
Ophelia says, I think that we're looking for a city called Sigil.
That rings bells
Sigil's
with
like
me as well.
Yes. It's a city that actually, what do I know about Sigil before I accidentally
Hopia, when they say this out loud, you know, like you would know of the like it makes sense to you as well. It sort of clicks into place for you. You've heard of it.
What do I know of it?
Still squinting at everybody like, what the heck are you talking about?
The three of you know that Sigil is it's different for everybody who goes there, but Hopi, you for sure would know that it's a city of trade, and it's in another sort of plane of existence. And generally speaking, you have to have permission to go there. You also need a special key to get in. And unless you want to go through one of the elemental planes to get there, in which case you take the longer, more dangerous route to get there. And then you don't necessarily need a key. You just need a door.
Why does that sound like what we're gonna do?
Would I happen to have access to a key?
You have access to a door.
I do. But the door doesn't help without the key. Unless
Your
we
door
can-
doesn't need one.
Oh. Anyone want to go on trip?
Yes.
Well, after
Okay.
we meet with certain someone, but I may be able to get us there.
Mm-hmm.
That could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we wait until we've been to speak to that certain someone. Yeah.
Pim just kind of looks at you, Hopia, and she's like, well, if you know a way in there, you might want to talk to Amari, because they've been trying to find a way in there for years.
Why do
Think
they
of
want
the
to
trade
go?
they could set up there.
Ah. Well,
We're-
I would have to leverage certain things to gain us access there, so. Since you need permission to go. But
Well, it's just a thought.
it is thought.
The rumors are, I've never been there myself, but the rumors are that every other plane has access to it. You could think of the trade that you could set up there. Would be a way to put Third House Surgeon on the map, so to speak.
Sounds a little bit dreadful that all these other domains have access to Sigil. Ophelia stares directly into the camera.
Breaking
Fourth
the
wall
fourth-
break inside a fourth wall break.
Whoa.
Atlas in the background just starts screaming about the cranium rats.
Yep.
Just like on the ground on his back, screaming.
Cedar, I am standing around being annoyed. I see you, okay?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's go discuss this away from here.
Mhm.
Okay. I could use a
Do you
nap.
guys need any more potions?
Yes,
Probably.
always.
She turns around, sets the book down, and turns around holding the little case that has all of the brightly colored potions in it. Which one would you like?
What are the colors?
Right now there is yellow, teal, sort of a bright green color, a forest green color, and 2 dark blues.
Heal, please. No, blue.
Blue? Okay, so you get the blue.
Goes with my outfit.
Then I'll have the teal.
Okay.
Mhm. Did you say there's green?
Yes, there is a sort of bright green.
I'll take green.
Okay.
I'll put that in my inventory. Green potion.
She also, Hopia, because she was talking to you, she also hands you a rolled up scroll, which she says, I have no use for this sort of magic, but maybe you lot can figure it out. And it is a scroll of jump, which I'm putting in the party sheet right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Ophelia wants to make an Arcana check to see if this is the potion of fish fearing.
Sure. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
If it's a nat 20, can it? I was making a joke about the fish fear me meme. It's a 17. No, it's probably not.
The color green that it is, it could very easily just be chopped up grass, but you're not sure. You won't know until you drink it.
It's like one of those healthy green juices.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah.
Seaweed and grass and mulch.
And
It's
weed.
just Soylent Green.
Soylent Green is painful.
Word Little appears from that one shot that Emily ran. Just writhing on the floor with Atlas. So we'll go find
We have to.
Well,
oh,
you would know, if you're looking for a place that you could go talk, alone, you know that, that Topher shouldn't be in there anymore after cooking breakfast and everything like that, given the time of day. He wouldn't be in the main
we
house.
also want to find Jandar though
Or
to
in the
talk to him
bunkhouse.
about what he knows about Sigil maybe.
Sorry, say that again?
Do we want to talk to Jandar about what he might know about Sigil, or do we not?
Or Amari.
Jander is not there
Okay.
that you can see.
Well, Ophelia would like to go write that letter to the university at some point. So she can mail it on her way out. Do we use ravens in this universe, or what do we use for the mail?
Just, there's couriers in the city. You just sort of flag one of them down.
Mhm.
I also
We've
Yeah.
actually,
need to write
we've
letters.
actually still got 2 letters that we need to deliver.
Yeah.
Technically 3, because you never gave Jandar his.
Yeah, we have to find Jander anyways.
We did?
Did we not?
I thought we did give it.
We did give it to him. It was an invoice. For some stuff.
Oh, it's just still sitting in the party sheet, so I wasn't sure if you guys had... I forgot. Okay. So you go to the bunkhouse, though, for now?
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way inside, and Hopia, as soon as you step through the door, you get the delicious smell of cooked ham with glaze and some kind of dessert that you can't quite put your finger on just by smell. And there's definitely the smell of coffee.
Hooray. Definitely have snacks, and I write my letter while eating snacks, and I don't care if I get grease stains and coffee stains all over it.
Okay, so you guys kind of settle into the dining area.
Yeah.
There is, as you can see, a glazed ham there with like the little thin looking pineapple slices just sort of in there with a very lovely glaze. Smells amazing.
Definitely.
All of a sudden, I'm really hungry.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds amazing.
And whoever eats
it does.
some, I need you to roll me a d6, please.
I can't. I don't.
Well, I eat a lot, probably.
6.
Cool.
Or
4.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so Hopia, you gain 10 temporary hit points.
Sweet.
Lily, you gain 8. And Race, you gain 4.
Okay.
You should put some of this in your face hole, Ophelia.
I don't really eat. If you eliminated the need to use the bathroom, wouldn't you do that as well?
I don't know, sometimes you find, like, inspiration while on the potty.
What if you need to set aside time to read your mail? I always
do it while
that
pooping.
when I'm on the toilet.
I just do it while sitting. Not on the toilet.
But then you don't have nothing to do while you're reading it.
Ophelia,
And conversely,
Like,
you have
Ophelia
nothing to
had-
read while you're pooping.
Ophelia says yes, but I read, and then just sighs and takes a bite of ham.
Roll a d6.
You're going to have to poop.
Was this a trick?
No. Kind of, a little
You
bit.
gain 6 temporary hit points.
But don't you feel better?
That I have the knowledge that I will have to poop at some point? Not really.
No, I mean like your health. You feel like a little more vigorated, yes?
No.
You
I
know,
feel like I need-
Ophelia. You make me sad.
It's okay, I make myself sad too.
Okay, as long as we're in the same boat.
Yes. I start writing.
You also find a butter tart.
Ooh.
I cut it into
is-
5 and share it.
There you go.
Ophelia is like, I'm gonna have to poop so much. I don't know what the ratio is anymore.
You had like 1 bite of ham and like a 1/5 of a tiny butter tart.
I don't know how it works.
You're probably going to have like a rabbit poop, and that's it.
I'm not a rabbit, so I doubt that will happen.
I mean, it'll be. Never mind.
Proportions.
I'm no druid. the armor doesn't change to be rabbit shaped either. Note. Learn how to, Ophelia gets out their notebook. Learn how to shape shift, and also learn how to shape shift the armor if you are shape shifting.
The multi-phase plan.
Yes.
Fine.
I write
so
my
who's doing
letter.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You're writing your letter to who?
My mama.
Okay. And what is it that you're saying to your mother? Or
Mama.
you can send it to me if you want. If
Oh,
you
no,
don't want
I
to say it out loud.
I don't care.
Mama, I killed a man.
No, I didn't. I got them down to like 1, and then everybody took my kills. I didn't kill anybody.
Oops.
I killed
Sorry.
My friend
No
keeps
one.
sniping my kills.
I'm sorry.
my conscience and my hands are clean. I write, hi mama, I need to come home and use the door. Also, I may need to show my friends some stuff. Please don't be mad at me. I love you. Okay, bye. And
Okay.
I sign it in like a big scribble that is in Draconic.
Okay. So you write your letter to your mother. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm writing one to the university and being like, greetings. I would like to inform you that there is evidence that Victor Valenthorn? Victor
Galethorn?
Yes, Calethorn has passed away. It appears that he was doing infernal research into cranium rats and illithid kind. It would be advised that perhaps you distance yourself from his legacy and be. Ophelia's writing this and she passes it over and he's like, this is starting to sound like a threat, I think.
I would say so, yes.
Okay,
do you
yeah.
want to threaten them?
No, I do not want to threaten them. This is an issue I have with Tone.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you want to say exactly?
We found this man. He's doing research that should not be continued. Be aware of this. Maybe check within your facilities if he had allies.
Okay. We found a weird guy in sewer. He was doing science experiment on self. Not good science experiment, definitely not recreatable, and we definitely advise you scratch out recreatable. Do not recreate.
Exactly.
I lost train of thought.
Mhm.
Do not recreate experiment.
Make sure.
May need to look into your staff or
Staff and his students.
anyone who had contact with him to ensure they are not crazy Jekyll and Hyde rat fucking guy.
Between us, we come up with basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Between the
Something
two
like
of you, you come up with a
justice
letter
job.
that doesn't sound like you're threatening the Academy of Stars with bodily harm and other
How
things.
do we want to address it as? Just like an anonymous tip?
To whom it
Just
may
for the-
concern.
Yeah. Who are we saying we are?
Oh,
Well wisher.
the guys who killed the rat scientist guy.
No, I don't think we should admit to that.
Oh.
Well wisher.
A well-wisher. That is clever because they are the Academy of Stars. I like that.
But the well-wisher implies you're wishing on the well, not the stars.
No, I would have. I think it's like a double entendre.
But if
Ophelia,
you're
roll me a d6.
Ophelia, write more double entendres right now.
you have to poop
A one?
right now.
It's been so long.
As you are sort of going back and forth with Hopia about this, all of a sudden in your mind, a memory comes to the forefront and brings tears to your eyes. Is it a bitter memory or a cheerful one? Does recalling it make you feel the same now that it's in the past?
Ophelia, like all of a sudden their eyes start leaking as they're like talking about double entendres. And like, you know the thing like when somebody starts like smiling and crying and it's really unsettling because Ophelia never smiles.
Are you okay?
I think I'm allergic to ham. It's making me think about things.
That's not what an allergy does.
I don't know what allergies do. I'm not that kind of scientist.
It depends on how bad
What is
you are.
the memory
allergic.
that comes up?
Ophelia remembers writing letters, and the feeling that she gets inside is a warm feeling that, like, makes her, like, the gold vein she has burn in a way that is both comforting and scary. Because she's feeling sensations in her body that she's distanced herself from. She feels present, but eerily in the past. It's very like a whiplash feeling. And while she's writing at her desk, it's a very like beautiful mahogany desk. And she has like a very nice, a beautiful like gilded like quill, and she remembers only the last part, and it's your beloved Ophelia.
Oh.
Are you okay, buddy?
No.
Do you need a hug?
Maybe Ophelia like stiffly puts their arms out, like you can hear like the robotic joints of their armor.
Okay. It's like full glomp mode. Even though Hopia is dragonborn with like scales and stuff, very squishy. So
Yeah.
they just kind of like take Ophelia and like cuddle them very close and like pet their hair. It's okay, buddy. Feelings are hard.
I think I belonged to somebody before, that I was important to somebody before, and I don't remember why or who or where they might be, but maybe they're waiting for a letter from me too, but I don't know who to give it to.
It's not very easy to deal with.
No. This day, you could say, is going to shit.
We were already in the shit, so it's only up from there.
That is right.
It's okay, you don't have to go anywhere. You can just sit here as long as you need to.
Yeah. Can I have some more ham?
You want to?
I'm going to try the eating your feelings thing.
Not the best way to deal with things, but I think you get the free pass.
Yes.
Okay.
How
So
about-
while you two are... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go. Okay, well, while you two are having your moment and dealing with that, what are Lily and Race up to?
I think I don't know that Race is doing anything important. Probably like
Eating more ham.
Yeah, eating more ham, cleaning weapons, getting things in order because we'll probably do something again tomorrow. So it's like cleaning up, getting ready for bed, whatever.
Okay. So, Race, as you're like taking a whetstone to your blade to sharpen it, there's a moment where all of a sudden you can hear your heartbeat in your ears. That same sort of strange sensation that you got from that little packet of heartwood dust that you have. You feel that again, and it seems like it originates from the pocket where you're keeping that.
Like, make sure it's still there, still intact, everything's good.
It's still there, yeah.
I just look inside.
You look inside, and the last time you looked at it's a faint sort of like gray colored dust.
Mm-hmm.
But now as you look at it, there's traces of red in it, very faintly, and pulse when you look at it.
The heck is that? Can I like touch it?
Okay. So you stick your finger in it, and all of a sudden, those of you who are sitting around her, you see Race's eyes go completely red. Like they start glowing red.
Why?
And Race, you get a vision of a tree somewhere in a forest that you don't recognize, and the tree is maybe 1.5 feet tall. And as you look at it, it has very similar properties to the one at home. It's gray in color with red streaks through it, and then your vision clears.
Was it in like a forested area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was in like a forest.
Could I at least tell like what part of the world it was in, or not necessarily?
You didn't get good enough of a look. The vision was like completely, it was like red around the edges of your vision.
I just want to like stick my whole hand in there.
You stick your hand in there and nothing happens.
Ah, come on. What the heck?
And those of you sitting around her saw that her eyes glowed completely bright red for a second and then went back to normal.
Did my tears make me just see that, or did you all just see that as well?
No, I saw it as well.
No, I saw it too. Race, are you okay?
Yeah. I saw something and then it went away. It won't show it to me
What
again.
did you see?
There was
What
like
did you see?
Just a little tree.
Okay.
Which is probably not good since that's what I'm trying to prevent.
Yeah. Do your eyes normally go red? Because I don't think I've seen them do that before either.
No, they usually stay black.
Ah.
Do you feel okay? Now that it's happened?
You feel fine. You feel normal. Nothing, no lingering effects or anything like that. It was just sort of a like an intense red haze that kicked in for just a moment and then left.
I mean, that's about the same.
Okay. What were you touching? I saw you put your hand into that little bag. Was it
the stuff that we got?
Well, it was that. It was just that. Oh, okay. How strange. maybe not do that again.
I already tried. It didn't do anything anyway.
Oh, did it not? Oh, okay.
What if somebody with magic pokes it? I poke it.
Nothing
Notice
happens
what?
when you stick your hand in there.
Is that all you did? You just
You
poked
can-
it?
Yeah.
You can roll an Arcana check if you want, Hopia.
Sure.
Can I assist by like kind of noting some things that are similar that I heard to give Hopia advantage?
Sure.
Mhm.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You think maybe if you were to run some magic through it, it might produce a different effect?
Does it still have the red streaks in there? Or is it all gray again?
Nope. They went. The red streaks are gone.
Oh no, now it's a
Well,
vampire.
Some of it was red, but now it's just all gray again.
I pick up a
really?
little pinch.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a little that would cover like the magic cost of a copper wire.
Okay.
And I cast message.
Okay.
And I attempt to message our hot boss and say he has a nice butt.
Okay. So as you cast the message spell and your magic sort of mingles with the dust in your hand, you get the rest of you see her eyes go completely red, and you get a similar vision of a very small tree somewhere in a forest, and it only lasts for a brief moment, and then you're back in yourself, and you also get a very confused sounding "Thank you, Hopia? Is that you?"
I don't say anything in response.
Okay.
Uh,
You get the sense that Amari's in his office and just very confused now.
as he should be.
Okay.
Keep him on his own.
Okay. Well, I saw trees and stuff.
Your eyes went red too. Just like Race did.
All right, and
That's
the little
Mm.
the little bit of dust that I took, like a little pinch, is it gone?
Yeah, it gets used up when you use the spell.
Okay. Was it the tree that it came from? Maybe? No?
This was much smaller.
Was it the same type
This
of
one,
tree?
you think so? Similar colored wood with the strange red streaks through it, but this one was only about 1.5 feet tall.
Is it possible somebody has taken like seedlings and is cultivating them elsewhere?
Well, that's what I'm afraid of.
Because they were little baby trees.
We should find out.
Was there anything like outside of the grove or whatever that?
Make a perception check to see if you can parse anything from what the little bit that you saw.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
17?
17. Nothing that gave away like its specific position. It did look like the forest was very dense and dark. It like the tree covering was so thick that it cast very deep shadows on the ground despite it being daytime. So you get the sense that this tree had to be in darkness or low light anyway.
Did it look like the same forest with the creepy green guy that was jerking off the whole time?
No. not that you could tell. I mean, I guess the trees are like similar kinds of trees, but
Well, yeah, but like there's a difference between like how they're put together, like how close they are, and if they have any sort of like hanging vines or anything like that.
if you had to guess, it probably wasn't the same place. Jerry's confused by what you said.
As he should be.
Oh no, you just gotta dork it.
Sometimes you got to be a little green guy that's jerking off. It's just how it is.
Yeah, if you jerk off in the forest and nobody's there to hear, it doesn't make a sound.
Do you still have an orgasm?
Jeez.
Do I hang out here?
I don't know. Back. Train of thought is gone. I made a funny joke at myself and now I can't remember.
Well, while you try to find your train of thought over there, Lily, what are you doing while all this is going on?
I think Lily is probably just checking through her backpack, making sure that she's got everything, and that checking that there's no little bits of sewerage tucked away in any cranes and things like that, which would be very unpleasant.
Okay. Yeah, so Lily's going through her stuff. You guys are working on your letters and discussing. Is there anything that you want to do as the afternoon sort of wears on? It is getting closer to evening.
Was there anything we needed to go to the warehouse? Like, in preparation for it, or no?
Mm-mm. You just had to report there and
Show up.
speak to the owner.
Okay.
I think we do that. Start that one tomorrow, though, don't we? We don't want to start that now. It's late afternoon already.
Mhm.
But up here, you wanted to have a private conversation.
Oh, yeah. About that. I pick up our letters and I leave.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Hopia goes
Fine.
outside.
I'll take
Then
your
you just
letter and
follow-
mail it for you, Ophelia. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay. Lily just sort of follows her, slightly shaking, with her eyes, just sort of, she leaves, just sort of slightly shaking her head. Okay. Well, that'll make you, maybe we don't want to have a conversation then.
Really,
Okay.
I just wanted to get away from the creepy greenhouse lady.
You guys are in the bunkhouse now.
Oh no, I left. Well, no, I said we should go have a conversation quietly. And then I chickened out once we got to the bunkhouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the same page now. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go outside. Where are you headed now that you're out there?
I'm just looking to flag down a courier.
Okay. So you go out to
You
the
didn't run
main
over.
road.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right.
You go out to the main street that is in front of the gates that lead into the merchant house, and you kind of look around a little bit, and you make a perception check while you're out here.
$19.
Okay. So you do see one sort of walking down on the opposite side of the road. They're headed towards like the center of town.
Oh, excuse
You
me.
could
Excuse me. As I'm like,
you see
like beelining.
okay. You see them and they stop. They kind of look up and stop and see you. They're obviously used to getting flagged down. And hello.
Hello. Do I need
You
to
see an elf male with sort of very long accentuated ears and sort of almost like a red bowl cut kind of hair going on.
How unfortunate.
And they're wearing the the red and white tabard of the courier service that is in town here.
Okay. Do you go everywhere, or do you like hand off to different people? Like, how does this work?
Well, in town we kind of go everywhere, but if you're sending a letter out of town, we have runners that go between towns. Where are you trying to send a letter?
One is to the Academy of Stars.
Okay, that's here in town.
Yeah, and the other one is to Ebonbreak.
Okay, both of those can be done.
Oh, great. Here are the letters.
Okay.
How much do I owe you for that?
It will be 1 gold for the letter going to Ebonbreak and 5 silver for the letter here in town.
Oh, okay.
And he starts like scribbling on like a little notepad, and you can see he's making you out a receipt.
Oh, okay. So sorry, 5 silver and 1 gold.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I just hand that over. I give him. I give him 2 gold and 5 silver, like a tip.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Here's your receipt.
Thank you. Is there a way, like I'll pay extra, but the one to Ebonbreak, can that be made direct courier? No passing off, has to go from your hands to someone else, like to the recipient.
We could send it via bird. We have trained birds at the main hub that we could send it out of.
And they'll go.
There's
that
a
far?
bird coat there. Yes, we have ones that go directly to the capitals, and Ebonbreak is the capital in Bahami.
Right. Okay. Do I need to do that, or will you do that for me?
Oh, I can do that here. And you see he's like making notes. Who's the recipient?
I like lean in and like whisper.
Okay. He kind of stops and looks at you. And
It's a
then
long story.
writes it down.
I mean, I would be
It's
like,
not my job to question. I just take the letters.
I know.
I've made stranger deliveries.
I'm sure. Okay. Yeah. That sounds good then.
Okay. So
Do
he finishes
much-
writing down some stuff
Is there more
in his
for the
notes.
bird courier service?
It's an extra 5 silver. And then
Okay.
he like has you sign where he wrote where it's going.
Okay, and I like sign off on it in same draconic signature.
Okay. So yeah, he gives you your receipt, and then if you have nothing else for him, he takes off.
I open up the bag of colding, or sorry, the pocket of colding, and I pull out like a pint of strawberries and say, "Here you go," and I walk away.
He just kind of looks at it. He goes, "Thank you."
I'm already gone.
And, okay. And he takes off running. And as you turn back to head into like the main area, you can see like 2 blocks down, and on the opposite side of the road, there is a figure sort of just keeping an eye on the gates.
Like the gates to the house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I head back towards the gates, and when I'm close enough, I will message Race.
Okay.
Hey, there's a creepy guy out here. I need you. You
I
can respond to
immediately
this.
Get up with my sword. I don't
You can
say
respond to this
anything. I
message.
just walk outside.
You're like halfway to your mouth with a bite of potato when all of a sudden you get Hopia's message in your head.
I keep the potato in my left hand in case I need to throw it at someone, a la the D&D movie.
Or you need a
There
snack.
you go.
Or I
There
need
you
a
go.
snack. You just never know.
Okay,
And then I'll
so
wait
Lily,
for-
you see Race get up and leave with no explanation.
Well, actually, what you probably see is
Okay.
she's eating this potato. She goes, and then gets up. So definitely
Like a confused
heard
dog.
something.
Just a head tip to get to
Yeah,
the
just the
side,
head
like,
tilt.
what?
Just the head tilt.
And walks on.
Okay. That looked slightly concerning. Slightly
Okay.
weird. Okay.
So a couple of moments later, Race, you find Hopia.
Do I see the guy?
I like
Make a perception check.
I stand in front of you with the guy behind me, and I'm just like, behind me, there is a guy on the corner, and he's just watching the gates. And he's a little creepy. He's not the
Are you
green,
watching like this?
creepy masturbating guy, but he is creepy.
You're watching like this?
Yes.
Okay,
Who is-
so yeah, Race, you look past Hopia's head and you can kind of see this person just very casually like leaning against a brick wall and watching the gates.
Do you think I should go talk to him?
I don't know. That's why I
Maybe
called
he
you.
needs something.
I mean,
Maybe he needs my boot up his ass.
I love when you talk filthy.
Well, it's possible he needs that.
I mean, he
You
might
just
just
never
poop up
know.
there.
Gotta help clear it out.
It's a free service, free enemas via boot.
Exactly. Should I do it? Should I go?
Maybe we should diplomacy first.
Is he wearing any like symbols or anything? I got a 19 on the
Nope.
perception, so I'm assuming I could pick up some of that at least.
From where you are, what you can tell is that it appears to be a human male with sort of a scraggly beard, wearing very simple leather armor and a sort of like brown colored cloak that he's got the hood pulled up and just kind of leaning against a wall. Very like Strider in the inn sort of style, kind of just
Right.
keeping an eye on things.
Is he that hot?
He's pretty hot.
Hmm.
Shoot.
You know what? I don't know why I called you. I should go take care of this.
I'll stay back here then.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just a horny little dragonborn. It's fine. I'm going to.
There are houses of companionship that, specialize in that sort of thing, so.
But I'm also cheap little dragonborn.
Fair.
Sex work is the real work, but I don't want to pay for it.
Sophia here or no?
No,
You're
you and
inside.
Lily are still in the
Okay,
house.
got it.
Or you're still in the bunkhouse. And, for context, Race sort of made a face and then got up and left without saying a word.
Mm-hmm.
Lily is
Is-
getting steadily more concerned about that, though, the longer the race is away.
Mm-hmm.
Is
So,
there-
Lily, how about that ham?
It was delicious, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. I have eaten
And the
more
tart.
ham.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
You've
hard.
eaten some more.
Yeah, I've eaten so much ham, I might become a ham. Isn't that the saying? You are what you ham?
Yes, that's pretty much the same. Yes.
No, I got it wrong. It's I think, therefore I ham. Got it.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's
Excellent.
fine. Did you see the look on Grace's face?
The one where their eyes were red, or the one just a moment ago before they stormed out?
The one just a moment ago before they stormed out.
Yes, I'm quite concerned about that, but should we have followed them too?
That's what I'm wondering. Whether we ought to
They've been
go
gone
and make
for
sure they. Yeah.
30 seconds.
that's at least they've been gone for about 5 rounds of combat.
Yeah.
Here's my plan, Race. You're going to go that way around the block until you're behind him. You're going to go
Okay.
around the block until you're behind him, and then I'll go forward in front of him, and then we have him like sandwiched.
Okay.
That way he can't
Sure.
run.
I like that. Let's do it.
Okay. I'll wait until you're
I'll-
in position.
I'm gonna act like I'm just leaving and saying goodbye to my friend as they come in, and I'll go like around a block and try to come back around.
Okay. And so go ahead. Are you doing this quietly?
And not at first, but when I'm coming up behind him, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
And Hopia, like, when do you start to move?
So I make like a big fuss about pulling out like a pipe and like packing tobacco into it and oh fuck, I dropped something, and like just making big fuss, and the whole time I'm watching until I see Race behind him, and then I'm start just like walking in that direction without
So
looking
he's
at him.
like 2 blocks down,
Mhm.
just sort of peeking out.
Yeah.
You'd have to kind of make your way that direction.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like the streets kind of run like crossways from you, so you'd have to go a little bit further down to see where Race is.
okay.
He's on like a cross street, or like what you think is a cross street.
Okay, well, while I'm like fucking about with my pipe, that's what I'm doing. I'm walking towards him, but like
Okay.
not like blinders are on. I'm not looking at him, but I'm also looking at him with my peripheral vision. Because I am
Okay.
a dragonborn, so they're kind of like on opposite sides of my nose anyway.
Okay. Okay. So when you're about a block away, he starts to move back down the alleyway.
Am I behind him by that point?
I would say, yeah, you get pretty close, yeah. So you could like you come around the corner.
I'd like to whip around
the
the corner and just smash right into him as if I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing.
Okay, so I want you to roll a stealth check.
Yeah. Should be fine. Totally fine. 11.
Okay, so he definitely hears you as you trip over a barrel going around the corner.
Sure.
Sees you look, and like as you sort of like right yourself to look down the alley, you see he kind of tilts his head and looks at you and just sort of like taps his nose and climbs a drain pipe.
Santa?
Can I make myself big and jump onto the roof? And keep walking towards him?
Make an athletics check.
Because I have to rage to do that, but then I have advantage on athletics, so.
Okay.
19.
Okay, so as you sort of go into your rage, Hopia, you see down at the far end of the alleyway, Race gets large and then scales the building. And Race, once you get up to the top, make me a perception check. And I'm going to say at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Huh. 21.
Okay.
An 18
So-
and not 20.
You see, like, you sort of get up onto the roof just in time to see him sort of like pole vault from one roof to another and take off running across that far roof, headed towards the docks.
What does he look like?
Kind of
Hot.
like Aragorn.
Yeah, but I mean, like, would I be able to
Self.
describe him well enough for someone to, like, know, to, like, tell what he looks like? You know what I mean?
I would think, yeah, you probably got a good enough look at him because he stopped and like actually looked at you.
I'll
So.
just start chuckling at him and be like, "Hey, next time, okay?" And I'll wink at him as he's running away.
Okay. He doesn't stop, keeps going, and after a moment you see he ducks around like one of those little extra pieces on a roof where like
Oh,
a window
yeah.
sticks out.
Dormers.
Ducks around one of
Dormer.
those and then you don't see him again. Yeah, dormer. There we go. I knew there was a word for it.
I'll just
He sort of ducks around one of those and then you don't see him again.
Did
At
you
this
get
point, I
them?
probably like immediately dropped rage because I didn't attack anything and I didn't take any damage. So
Hmm
6
Yeah, you
seconds,
shrink
I
back
was
down to
like,
your normal size and
and I just
peek
like,
over the.
And now you're stuck on the roof.
Nah, I'll just jump down. I don't care. I just jump down and I'm like, well, he's certainly not brave, whatever he was doing. I'll go back to them.
So he got away?
You take 6 points of fall damage as you sort of 3-point land in front of Hopia.
That was really hot.
Okay.
I'm just being
Yeah, I don't
honest.
know. I mean, he was trying to run towards the docks. You know?
He was running towards the docks?
Yeah. Then he disappeared around like a window thing. But he definitely was running, so
Oh, a dormer?
not brave. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what that was, New York. Yeah, yeah.
Forget about it.
Reggie?
Brooklyn.
It was really weird.
Ew.
Like, he wasn't super subtle about anything.
Yeah, no. I mean, I guess I wasn't either.
Well, no, he did kind of like rage out and jump. Not very low key.
Well, I had to see where he was going.
So,
Yeah, well.
should we go to the docks then? I can just message Ophelia and Lily and they can meet us there.
Sure.
Okay. How far are we from there? 2 blocks?
Yeah,
We can make like we're getting.
you probably have to get a little closer.
120 feet.
You'd have to get closer.
Oh, okay. Well, we go a little closer until I'm within 120 feet, and then I message Lily.
Hmm
Lily,
You're basically at like where the back corner of the warehouse is. You're basically just like next to it.
Lily, meet us at the docks. Bring Ophelia. You can respond to this message.
Up here? Is that you?
Really?
Weird.
Why do people do that? I say who I... Wait, okay, I didn't say who I was, but...
Okay.
Let's go.
You want us down at the docks? Okay, fine. Ophelia, right, Habir just talked to me. They need us to go down to the docks.
Mm-hmm. Then I guess we're going to the
Don't know
docks.
why. Yeah, don't know why.
Hmm.
But that's what they said. What they said. So we best go.
Yes. Is there any fishing gear where we are as we leave? Because we're in the gatehouse.
Make a investigation check.
Make a fish check. No.
Yes, make a fish check.
$11.
You don't find any fishing gear here.
Damn. I was tempted to use
Oh.
my inspiration, but I thought better of it.
Okay.
Well,
You two begin your trek to the docks, and that's probably a good place to take our break real quick because I gotta pee.
Okay, we'll be back.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, she's not happy about her ears, but she'll get over it.
She is
Oh,
feeling better.
dear.
She's talking more and
Mm-hmm.
normal.
So she has an infection.
Hello. We're
Hi.
Hello.
back.
And
Hi.
front.
And side, two side.
Anyways, when we left off, you, Race and Hopia were tracking a guy to the docks and had just sent a message to Ophelia and Lily asking them to join. So
Mhm.
we're gonna a little bit here. You guys end up down at the docks and sort of meet up in the central sort of market area that's down there. And like even as evening is setting in, it's busy here. There are people in and out of here all the time. Fishermen bringing in the day's catch. There's boats coming in and out of the harbor. Like that is very active here. What is it you're doing?
Looking for the douche.
Hmm.
Okay.
I know what I'm gonna do.
What?
Okay.
I kind of like tuck myself into an alley and make Race to kind of stand in front of me. Keep a lookout.
Okay.
And then I'm going to change my shape
Mm,
to look
Okay.
like that guy.
Okay.
Oh.
So I look like sexy Aragorn guy now.
Okay.
I kind of like
Okay.
adjust the clothes so they're more like maskish. They were sort of
Mhm.
I mean they weren't super femme or anything before, but you know, just make it very obvious that they were meant for a male body rather than a female body or a non-binary body. Okay. How do I look?
Why, you sure look like him.
Perfect. Let's go. Right. Start walking.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
keep an eye out.
So Lily
See
and
if
Ophelia,
anybody-
you see Hopia comes out, not Hopia anymore.
Mhm. I was just to say, have we caught up to them yet?
Yeah, you guys were all sort of together in the market,
Right,
and then
okay.
Hopia stepped into an alley.
I'll explain
Okay.
to the both of you that this is what he looked like.
Oh, that's handy. All right, okay.
So now we know.
I do
Yeah.
the
You do the
Grinch
Vanna
like
White.
Why are
modeling.
we?
Ooh. Ah. Yeah. That's it.
I
I'm
feel
not
That's
going.
it. I'm not going.
Why do we want to know what happened?
He
What?
was watching the door.
Why are we after this guy?
Yeah, what happened?
Explain what happened. He was watching our gate.
Oh, really?
So I'm gonna walk through the docks. You guys hang back. See if anybody looks at me funny. And then interrogate them.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
interrogate them. What do you mean? And then interrogate them.
Ask if you've seen my twin. See that guy? Have you seen his twin? That's what you need to do.
Well, and while you're walking around, you should see if anyone recognizes you, and if they do,
Yeah.
I don't know, get information that way.
And I'm mage armor and then go.
Okay. So you begin to weave your way through the crowds. Any particular sort of like place that you feel like going? Any particular shops or anything like that?
Right now, just meandering, keeping an eye out for anybody who might give me a second look, or try to flag me
Okay.
down.
Make a perception check as you're making your way through the crowd. Oh wait.
Make a noise.
22.
22.
Very
Okay,
nice.
so you you meander for a good long while, before you sort of see, kind of out of the corner of one eye, you see what looks to be like there's like a busker playing a sort of very intricate looking lyre that's made out of like bone, and it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful like instrument, and they appear to be, you can't really tell what gender, but of elvish descent, with sort of like asymmetrical hair, and wearing just very simple but very brightly colored like tunic and leggings with, you know, boots and stuff like that. And they just give you a nod as you go by and smile and seem a little confused to see you, but don't say anything, just keep playing.
Okay. I give them a nod back and keep walking, I guess.
Okay.
And we
You
clock
can see
back?
like, yeah, the rest of you see like this person definitely like watches as Hopia goes by and then kind of shakes their head for a second and keeps playing.
Can I go up to the busker
Sure.
with my friends?
Mm-hmm.
Just be like,
Sure.
hey, could you tell me something? Great song, by the way. But that person looks so familiar, and I cannot place his name. I think I went to school with him. Can you tell me who that is? What was his name? Can you remind me his name?
They make a persuasion check.
I shouldn't have done this. 8.
8. They just kind of look at you and they say, I'm sorry, friend, I don't know who you're talking about," and continue on with their song.
Would you remember if I gave you 10 gold pieces?
They kind of stop. Like they're still playing and they just kind of look at you and like seem to be very like sizing you up.
It's gonna drive me nuts is the thing, and I'm not gonna think of it until like 2 days from now, and I'm not even trying, and by then I won't be able to flag him down.
You can see they consider it for a long time and then like just very, very sort of like nonchalantly just sort of like kick the edge of their case with their toe, like indicating at you.
I put 10 gold pieces in there.
Okay. And
I
they look
drop
at you.
them in one by one so they can count them.
Okay. They all without like sort of stopping playing the song that they're playing, just sort of kind of like lean in your direction a little bit, and they just say, his name is Grayson.
Grayson, right? I know it started with a G or maybe a B. Definitely a G though. That's definitely right. Thank you, my friend. You're good people, as they say, and you're excellent at this instrument. Okay.
I appreciate that, friend. You might want to check the salty calamari after sunset.
Ah, thanks. I can finally catch up after all these years. I appreciate it. I put another gold piece in there.
I appreciate you, friend.
And
And then they keep like you can see that like they play for like another maybe minute after you leave, and then close their case and like leave.
So, salty calamari, we're looking for Grayson.
Yeah,
Lily, you know that's a
That was
bar
really
down
well
near the
done.
docks.
that was really well done. Right.
Yeah, thanks.
I
Turns
know
out
that
if you have
place.
money,
Just-
you can convince people a lot of stuff.
Mm. I know the salty calamari is a bit further along the docks. Not
It
difficult
is
to
your
find
very
at all.
typical seedy dive bar that sailors hang out in,
Mm.
and like, yeah, it, you know, the floors are sticky It smells like seawater and yeah.
Other smells.
You've never really been like in there, Lily, because you've been told to sort of stay out of some of the taverns down at the docks, but you know of it.
Yeah. I don't think it's a particularly nice place to have to go, but if that's where this person, Grayson, is likely to be, then I guess we better go there. Might be an idea to see if we can catch up to Hapir, though, and gently guide her in the same direction. Oh no, wait a minute, we might find ourselves in a situation where there are two of them in there.
And you just
That could be good.
then you just pretend that you're long lost brothers, I assume.
Race, you
It
do
turns
know
into
that I can
Spider-Man
kind of
meme.
do it at will. Just so you know.
I mean, I think she could just switch back if we need to.
This is true. This is true.
Pretty easy.
At least I had sort of given how quickly and easily she turned into him in the first place. Fair enough.
Have I seen anybody else giving me the eyeballs?
Not so much like what they did, but you do see a couple of people sort of give you like a wider berth and just kind of scuttle in the other direction.
Okay. I strut.
Mm.
Sure.
Criminal, criminal.
Okay, so do you guys catch up with Hopia then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We downloaded it.
Yep. Just sort of like yoink by the elbow into an alleyway.
Anything?
Apparently, the person that looks like you is named Grayson, and we should go find them in the what's it called? Salty Calamari.
Salty Calamari.
Salty calamari.
Oh. Did they
After
say
sundown?
after sundown? Okay. Do I know anything about the salty calamari?
A
Other
little
than
history
it's
check.
delicious. No. 9. Okay.
Nope. You guys, when you first got here, you stayed at a different seedy place, so it wasn't the one.
How do we stay in calamari?
What do you mean?
You said we have to go into the salty calamari after sundown?
Yeah.
How do we-
To meet up with them?
Is it like a
in the
really
hope that they'll
big
be there.
octopus or
Oh, it's a bar.
No, it's a bar.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It's a bar. It's not a actual calamari.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, what kind of bar is it? Just
Well, I've never been in it, but its reputation is that it's very seedy and not the greatest place to go. But
You could say it's fishy, actually.
yeah,
See what you did there.
you did.
Lily, just from like past experience, you think that Ophelia with their golden armor is going to stick out like a sore thumb if you go in there?
Yeah, that's very true. Actually,
I mean, the
I'm
offer
not-
does come off, but if we get in a fight, I'm kind of, as you might say, fucked.
yeah. It might be worth you perhaps waiting outside.
Do you have a cloak or something?
Oh, does
Or do you
anybody
have,
just have,
unless
like,
you have a cloak or something that you
yeah,
can...
like a cloak probably would work. Does anybody have a cloak that I could borrow?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, that
Pull
would
a-
at least tone
Hopefully
you
they
down.
start styling the cloak to look too nice, and then they stop, and then they just like kind of like slump into it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that looks good. That looks good.
What? I don't know how I can be useful in a bar. I'm not very bar-y.
Well, all you need to do is just sort of come in and confirm that that's the guy you saw. And then we can go and have a conversation with him.
Okay.
I mean, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend that you walk in there looking like him.
No,
What
I've
if we... What if we go in and when we spot him, we just shout his name and then he can't run away because he's in front of all these people and we just said his name? Then he has to talk to us.
or you can just leave.
Sure, but we could just catch up.
Or, if you feel better about that, you could wait outside just in case he does try and do a runner. You can be on hand to stop him. If you felt like. You don't look keen.
I just think it's kind of foolish to go in there how we are and not have a solid plan for how to get back out. This is a place filled with, I'm presuming, mostly sailors, and if this Grayson person is there, he probably has allies.
This is true.
And we're just a couple idiots.
You said it, not me.
I mean, you're making great points here. So how do we look more sailory?
I know you hate her, but I could bring Zil. She would fit in and make a spectacle of herself and let you guys talk to Grayson.
Are you okay with that?
Oh yeah, totally fine. Absolutely. Perfect. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Inside check.
Okay, so roll an insight check and you can
Actually-
roll a deception or persuasion.
I rolled it in the tower, so I don't know.
I see that.
16.
You guys rolled the same thing.
Yeah. I think because Race knows me so well, they know that
Yeah.
Zil only comes when I'm stressed. And like, you know, worm go night night. But I can also be her when I need to.
Is there another option?
Not one that's fleshed out enough.
We're out here, like, in the docks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or in an alley.
And there's, like... Well, yeah, but we're in, like, the dockside area. And there were
Yes.
shops and buskers and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
How hard would it be to just pick up some stuff that makes us look sailory.
You could probably find some, like, clothing places. Secondhand places. It's basically like the dock market. Like, yes, there are standing buildings, but the main portion of it is a very large sort of like open air market with like those big sort of like sails over the top that provide shade.
Can I just get like some 7-league boots, some like kind of tattered looking pants, and a stripy shirt? Because pirates wear stripy shirts.
Sure.
Sailors,
I would
sailors
say
wear
for
stripy shirts.
I'd say for like 10 silver you can get all the things that you need at the various places.
Great.
You find like a big sash and
worn
out
like
boots,
a scarf around my head or whatever. I'll buy some stuff.
You're making a face, Affy.
Maybe put some like charcoal around my eyes so I can at least go into the bar without looking conspicuous. And
Okay.
Just be there as backup for whatever happens.
Okay. Lily, are you doing anything to, like, you're muted, hon.
That's interesting. How did I do that? Or was it you?
Magic.
No, I have a cat sat on the computer table with me.
Like when pasta butt dials Brie. She hasn't done that for a while.
Not for a bit, yeah.
I mean, if we're going to go down that route, then Lily would do the same and get some more suitable clothing. But Hapia looked incredibly uncomfortable with this idea.
I don't do that. When you guys are like shopping, I like slip away for a minute, and soon enough there is a moon elf standing beside Race, leaning on a quarterstaff, just grinning like the devil. Honey blonde hair, blue eyes, lightning tattoo that kind of covers half of her face and disappears somewhere under her clothing. The only thing that's comparable would be Sneeze and Craney. The snakes are with her, and her necklace. Everything else is very, very different.
Even the clothes?
Yeah, change the clothes.
Oh.
A little more racy. Lots of cleavage. Full bustier. Heels like drag queens wear. Massive, massive heels. Very tight clothing. Yeah. That's what you see before you. I know you hate it, darling, but this is the best way to go about it.
I don't like that voice. No.
This is just the best way to do it, honey, I swear. I know you hate her. But she's our best option right now. Think about sailors all at sea for as long as they've been. Come on. And I like scooch the boobs.
How close is it to nightfall?
It's pretty close. Like sunset, you think maybe another 15 minutes or so, and
Do we start heading that way and like set up in a corner table or something and see if we can't get in there first? Is that something?
Probably
You can
he
sure try.
Well, except that he got a good look at you. So he walks in, sees you, he'll turn around and walk out again. Potentially. Probably.
Or he'll come after me in his very comfortable hometown bar.
Mm.
I'm just figuring if I've got my hair covered up or anything, if I can sit there like this, he won't see me right away.
Okay.
That's true. You could sit with your back to the door so that he's got no chance of seeing you. Because we've seen what he looks like, Ophelia and I, so we can...
Yeah.
Can Ophelia go to, like, hang around outside the bathroom? The bathrooms?
So you guys are going inside?
I thought we were going inside and positioning ourselves, or no?
That's what I thought.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Should
Oh,
we're still
okay.
twisting it.
Or is that stupid? Should we wait for him to go in first?
I think going in will be just right.
Mm.
Or maybe
Yeah,
half
I don't
in,
think
half
we'll have-
out.
Mm.
I don't mind
Yeah.
remaining outside if that's what you prefer. I probably would draw the most attention anyways. If I
Oh,
were
don't
to
worry,
be
honey.
exposed.
Nobody's going to be looking at you, I promise.
I would prefer it that way. That's what I generally like.
hmm
Took me
I'll
way
stay
too
out
long to
here.
find that.
Okay, so I think we are going in, yeah.
Alright.
This is who you
I'm
see,
gonna-
by the way.
I'm gonna try and like find a
Oh!
more distant table. Kind of
Okay.
in the shadows. And I kind of want to
So-
sit so that I can block my face from the door.
Okay. So you walk in and like you expect there like this is down on the kind of right near the water. You expect there to be sailors in here drinking after a long hard day's fishing and stuff like that. There's two people in here, one of whom appears to be an old man, sort of very into his cups, and a dragonborn bartender with sort of green emerald colored green scales and a big scar that kind of runs across their snout. And they see you come in and just sort of give you the whole Midwest head tilt, you know. And look at you and say, "Well, this is new. We don't get strangers in here that often."
Really? It's such a nice place.
You serve alcohol.
You
though,
look around
right?
and it's a shithole.
You do serve alcohol.
Doesn't matter.
Of course we do.
Great. That's all I need. I go up to the bar and I buy like the biggest, like if they have their version of a boot, whatever.
Okay. So they set down one of those like massive steins in sort of in front of you that has like just the most foul smelling beer in it. And he says, that'll be 3 silver.
I'll pay it.
I lean on the bar, arms under the boobs, like full on letting him see down my shirt. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to have seen Grace in today, have you?
There's sort of a snort from down at the end of the bar, and then like he keeps snoring. And you see Grayson. Now, what would a pretty little thing like you want with him?
Oh, I've got such a thing for bad boys.
Bad boys. Grayson?
Bad in the right ways, darling.
I mean, I haven't seen him today yet.
Should be in soon,
But he
though,
usually
no?
shows up. Yeah, he usually shows up when the fishermen bring their catch in. And what's your name?
My name's Dill. Nice to meet you. And I hold my hand out like whole dainty. Hand down, top of the hand up, or fingers down, hand up.
He just like reaches out and like he knows the game that you're playing and plays it right back and sort of like grabs your hand and kisses it. And like as he does so, there's just a little tiny bit of a sizzle on the back of your hand.
Ooh,
as
spicy.
like as his kiss burns.
Excellent. Oh, darling, what are you doing to me?
Well, nothing right now.
The night is young.
That it is.
And I just ignore Race, who's like,
I'm like
writhing in agony.
To like a corner, and I'm just like sitting behind this giant tankard, like.
The beer is absolutely horrendous. It is like 3-day-old Pabst ribbon, and it's warm. And it's like, it is awful. And it smells even worse.
I choke it down.
Can make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great. I think I actually have pretty good. Yeah. Oh, but I rolled a 4. 9? Actually, I'll use my inspiration because I need to.
Okay.
There we go. 24.
There you go. That's better. Okay.
Hey.
You kind of like, you get the burps for a second and like, you're pretty sure that it's going to repeat on you, but then you hold strong.
I just let a big burp out and then go.
Yep.
Keep drinking.
Zalari, you can hear Race in the corner just like going hard with this beer and just barely hanging on.
I'm just holding it's like and she's just looking over the mug. My hair's up in a scarf.
Yeah.
Watching.
So as you kind of wait around, like, do you get a drink or anything while you're sitting there?
Yeah, absolutely. I get a drink, and I don't actually drink it. Mm-hmm. I just kind of like move it around every once in a while, and if nobody's looking, I kind of like just on the bar because nobody's gonna fucking notice.
Okay.
Everything is so sticky.
It is. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Lily's like this is. Yeah. Like this bar is so bad as far as like cleanliness goes. Like there's a piss rail and everything. Like it's bad. It's bad in here. And eventually, like, there are a couple more people that you guess are sailors, just given like general sort of like very tan skin and just muscles that come from being on a ship all the time.
Where are the sea shanties?
The hard work that goes with it.
Where are the sea shanties?
Ophelia's outside, like
listening.
Yeah.
Getting gypped.
Ophelia's outside, kind of just like wistfully thinking about their past memories, like staring out into the distance.
No.
Okay, well, Ophelia, why don't you roll me a perception check at disadvantage then while you're out there?
Oh,
Yeah, my stomach kind of feels a little not great, honestly. 11.
11. You're very lost in memories at the moment and don't really pay too much attention to the people coming into the bar.
Memories. I don't really like Cats the musical, so I don't know the full song. I will say that is a good song, though.
That is a good song.
But the three of you who are in the bar, eventually you see like a couple more people come in, and then Grayson does come in and sees you, Zilari, at the bar and sort of like raises an eyebrow, and the bartender like you see like out of the corner of your eye sort of like points at you and says, "Hey Grayson, one of your lady friends is here."
Oh, I'm not a lady friend.
Uh-huh.
Just Race groaning at me the entire fucking time.
Race is in the back corner with like the little black swirl above their head, like
Anime grumpies over my head.
Yep. the big like square mark on their head. Yep. Grayson takes a look at you and says, "I don't forget faces, and I'm pretty sure I would remember one as pretty as yours. Who are you?"
Such a flirt. My name's Dill. I'm actually here on business, and it just happened to be with you.
Business?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of business? And he like comes over and like leans on the bar next to you.
I do like that, like walk my fingers up his arm and like squeeze his bicep because it's been a minute.
And by the way, he came in through the doors like Aragorn did at Helm's Deep.
Why do you have
like
to put
extra
that
greasy? The sunlight behind him.
Dude,
the bar is extra sticky now.
Race groans even harder.
Race groans so hard her player also groans.
Picture Lily's just sitting in the opposite corner, like.
Yeah.
And
But concentrating really hard on what's
our friend
going on.
outside is just weeping silently into the night.
We are,
Aw.
Ophelia,
We
you
are
are very into the sunset. Like, it's a very beautiful sunset.
A single tear rolls down my eyes as
Aw.
like what's the fucking song by Celine Dion from the Titanic plays in the background?
My heart will
It's
go
a
Heart
very-
will
on.
go on.
Go on.
Yeah, Ophelia imagines like an ethereal wispy figure that they can't quite identify the shape of, but they know
Oh my
that they
God,
were in
it's
love
like-
with the shape of them. And Ed Sheeran starts
It's like
playing,
that
and it's like a
scene-
remix.
It's like that scene in the beginning of Anastasia when she's like dancing around in the ballroom with the
Oh
ghosts.
my gosh.
Mhm.
That song is it slaps though.
It is. It is. It's amazing. I used to sing that song to my niece when she was a baby. Anyways, so Zilari, you're standing here with Grayson, who like still has not like taken his hood down yet. He's just still standing there, very like leaning against the bar, looking at you.
I lean too.
You think he's focused on you?
Focused on me or focused on the titties? Important question.
Make an insight check.
I need to know for science. 22.
You can tell he's definitely acknowledged the titties, and
As he should.
but he doesn't know you. He doesn't know who you are, and it's been kind of a weird day for him. So he's just kind of like, he's definitely focused on you, but
Mhm.
you can see just the littlest tiny shift in his eyes that he's definitely keeping an eye around the room.
Okay. Sorry, I got lost in the shadow of your hood. What did you ask me?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Zill. And I do the same hand thing.
He kind of looks at your hand for a second and just like raises a dirty eyebrow at you and kisses your hand.
Like I said, I'm here to discuss business.
Oh, what kind of business?
Now, darling, where I come from, you buy a drink first. Let me get you a drink and let's go sit down. Then we'll talk.
Sure. And he turns to the bartender and he says, Nick's one of my usuals.
What's his
And
usual?
Gets from what you can tell, it's a beer of some kind, but it definitely smells better than whatever Race is drinking.
Hmm. Okay, and how much is it?
3 silver for his.
Okay, I give them 5 silver. For a tip. And then I like loop my arm through Grayson's and like pat it before picking up my glass and leading him over to the table that Race is at.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out the chair. Now come on, sit down here. This is my associate. Strong silent type, you know.
He sits down and like he looks at you and okay. So he looks at you, Grace, and like acknowledges you and sort of nods and then looks back at you, Zalari.
Okay. As he's like taking Race in, I just kind of gesture for Lily to move closer. As I sit beside him, and I make a huge show of like pulling out my chair and bending at the waist so he like gets full view down the bodice. And when I sit beside him, it's like too close.
Mm-hmm.
Like knee to knee, thigh to thigh. My hand is on his leg, like too high up to be, respectful.
Right.
Like if I move my fingers in such a way, I'll feel everything.
You're playing nervous at this point. Got it.
I'm not nervous.
No. There's a game called Nervous that you put your hand on another person's thigh and you just continually move up until they tell you to stop because they're too scared for you to go further.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
It's a middle school thing. It's stupid.
Oh, I've never heard that game. Maybe I just didn't have friends in middle school. That would do it. Anyway.
Maybe you had enough anxiety as it was.
But while all that's going on and Grayson is occupied, as it were, Lily is just sort of gently wanders over to the next door table because it would be a bit obvious for her to plonk herself down at the same table. So she just sort of goes to the table next door.
Okay.
With her equally disgusting drink, which she is also playing with, but not actually drinking.
Okay. Okay. So, well, you sort of like feel Lily move up, and Grayson is just kind of looking at you. All right, what kind of business we talking here?
Well, see, there's this little place that I know, and I need it.
The Love Shack. Sorry.
No, darling,
Where
that's
are his
later.
hands, by the way, are his hands on the table? Sorry.
Yeah, they're like wrapped around his mug of beer.
There's this place I know that I need to get into, but, they're so finicky. So I was wondering if you might be able to help me out with that.
And what's that?
Details come later. Specifics, anyway. But is that something that you're able to do? Infiltration, exfiltration?
I guess. If the money's right.
Money's always going to be right, honey. Don't you worry.
You see, like, Race, because you're keeping such an eye on him, like, you notice, like, Grayson hasn't moved since you sat down. He's just holding his mug. He hasn't taken a drink of it or anything like that. He's just very calmly just looking at Zalari.
It's, this house, you see. Pain in my neck.
Well, we can't have that now.
Of course not. That's what massages are for. I need somebody to get in and then get out without being seen.
Okay.
The money will be right.
And what is this place? I don't take on jobs that I don't know where they're going to be.
Of course not. Of course not. It's the third house surgeon.
Now, what could you possibly want with Amari's crew?
See, Amari and I, we had this fling a long time ago, and he kind of kept something of mine that I want back.
Kind of raises an eyebrow and go ahead and make a insight check.
$16.
16. You're like focused on Grayson at this point, but you can see that like the other people who are in this bar are definitely listening to what's happening. It's really quiet in here, like quieter than you would have expected.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that's because everybody's listening to your conversation.
And Grayson just kind of, he smiles at you a little bit and he says, now, what could that man have possibly done to someone like you?
Some men are just foolish. Anyway, it doesn't bear repeating, but there's something in his private quarters that I need returned to me.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
And he just very calmly like takes a sip of his beer and he sets it down and he looks at you, Race, and he says, you know, a little bit more dirt on your face might have helped. What is it you want?
Well, I'd love to know why you were watching us earlier.
There's no harm done.
Those creepy types.
He kind of chuckles at that. He says, did you or did you not request a certain meeting? And he sort of like moves his cloak aside a little bit and you can see sort of dangling from a chain on his neck is the same symbol that you've seen kind of all over the place now, the Belsair symbol.
Well, if you'd have just shown us that, for crimony's sake.
Yeah, I don't know if you
watch.
I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a bunch of people pretending to be y'all. So forgive us for being a little paranoid.
Well, I guess for you, darling, I can let it slide.
Oh no, we're past darling now.
Look, I was just told to keep an eye on the place. See where you were headed, what you were getting up to.
Well, I'm sure you saw a whole bunch of us eating and sleeping. And then there were the rats.
And climbing out of the sewers? Although you had some other people with you.
Yeah, there's one there and... shit. I cast message to Ophelia.
Hmm.
Ophelia, it's warm. You can come inside.
It'll feel like a little cacophony of like 5 like romantic heartbreak songs at once play in that like 10-word message as Ophelia comes inside robotically.
Ophelia's
Oh, no,
makeup
it's
is just like
traumatized.
running down their face.
Yes.
So Lily, as like they sort of acknowledge that you're there and Ophelia comes inside, everybody in the room sort of takes a breath, and you see like knives and swords and all that sort of stuff get put back into their sheaths, and Nyx at the bar puts a crossbow away.
Now, y'all, you are just so fucking lucky that I'm under oath not to reveal myself.
You can definitely feel it's like a breath sort of like lets out. Look, we got word that Jandar had requested a meeting for some strangers. And with everything going on, we can't be too careful.
Believe us, we know.
We do.
Well,
We are very aware. Again, we saw them, the guard, pretending to be y'all. They were looking for you know who. We know.
oh, yes, we're aware. They sort of took the rug out from under us. We weren't prepared for that level of aggression.
Yeah,
It's always been a dance. And he sort of looks at Zalari. It's always been sort of a dance between us and the Ember brand.
I'm sure it is. You know, the whole blue ensemble, probably not as
Well,
down
as
low.
you can see, none of us wear that.
Clearly.
Everybody in here looks like they're wearing normal clothing.
Mhm.
Like the guards that you saw that were wearing the blue cloaks very obviously wanted to be seen that way.
Mhm.
Ophelia is also dressed normally and is so normal. The most normal.
Ophelia, why are you
Just
standing
like-
in the middle of the room? Come sit down before you look weirder.
Fully engulfed in a cloak with the sound of like clanging armor underneath.
Underneath.
Just pots and pans.
Clank.
Yeah, exactly. They sit down and they stare into space.
I'll put like a really hard hand on your shoulder, kind of shake you a little bit.
Lots of pants sound just jingling.
The full sound of Samwise running through the tall grass.
Like,
Yes. What is it?
Nothing. Just sit down and relax.
I am relaxed.
You certainly seem like it, honey.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel blank.
Grayson is kind of like, you all right?
They've had a
Relax.
bit of a day. They probably need to poop.
Oh,
Oh,
well, you know.
Can I make a constitution check to see if I need to poop? 10 or
Sure.
below I do, and 10 or... Wait. Would it mean 10 or below I need to, and 11 or above I don't need to, I assume?
Sure.
I don't know how poop... I don't know how rolling for poop works.
Roll a poop
Poop
check.
roll.
why?
Because it's D&D, why not?
But I don't
Yeah,
need
you're
poop
right.
elimination.
You're okay right now.
Yeah.
You got sort of like the bubble guts going on right now, but like
Yeah.
you're okay at the moment.
Yeah, it goes ham.
And butter tart.
Mhm.
It's
Butter
like
fart.
like a DVD, like the DVD thing where like it's bouncing on the inside, like that's Ophelia's stomach.
Yeah.
You just-
You're just waiting for it to get in the corner.
It's their like intestinal tract.
Oh gosh.
And that's what it feels like to have
Advanced cultures
IBS.
in Roblox.
Yeah. True.
Anyways.
Well, since we're all friends now, is there any way we can expedite this meeting? We got shit to do.
You can go home and you can wait for your messenger.
Ah. How annoying.
Look, she's not even in the town right now. You have to wait.
Okay, well, you should have led with that.
She'll be back. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
Okay.
We're just trying to keep her safe. She's the only hope that we have right now.
We know.
Mm.
That's why we're here.
You can see there's sort of like a softness in his face when he talks about her. Like he genuinely believes what it is that she's trying to accomplish.
Mm.
It's good that you have faith.
It's hard to kill, even in trying times.
Just hang on to it, because it's going to get rocky from here.
Yeah, we know. We're just doing our best right now. How did y'all get pulled in on this?
Well, there was this hag and a bunch of werewolves, prophecy, that sort of
You
nonsense.
see, he sort of like stops mid sort of like drink when you say hag and werewolves. And he's kind of like, well, that's one I haven't heard yet.
I just kind of shrug like, I know it sounds stupid, but... Sure.
A hag sent you.
Not so much sent us. Obviously, I take anything a hag says with a grain of salt, but this one was kind of on point.
Okay. Well, that's a new one.
Yeah. That's why we're here. That's why we know about her. And we know who her daddy is.
Well, everybody
And
knows
what
who her
he's-
daddy is.
And what he's planning.
And what he's planning.
And at that, you kind of see Grayson tilt his head. What do you mean?
When the Spock gets here, I'll tell her.
Fair enough.
It's
He's
not fair.
due
What I
back
will-
tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
All right.
What I will say though is that we are all on the same side.
It's
Here.
good to know. And he kind of looks at you, Lily, and he says, "You look familiar. You're Nulk's protege, aren't you?"
Yes, I am. You could put it that way.
I thought he was adamant about keeping you out of this.
Sometimes you just have to do what feels right.
Ain't that the truth?
Not to
Right.
mention we
And he
sort
looks at,
of dragged her along.
oh, one of those. Got it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, there is some of that in it as well, but
And he looks at you, Race, and he says, "And you also were sent by this hag?"
Kinda. Well, how did it go? I try to remember which of us got which message and whether mine was more about the city or which one.
Yours was more about the Sea of Blue under the city.
Actually, mine was more about, I think, you people.
Who you calling you people?
Okay. Also from this hag, though.
Yeah. Again, grain of salt. But it's been
sort
on
of
point so
followed my
far.
friend to- I sort of followed my friend to the hag, so she had to give me a message too.
That was either really brave or really dumb.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then sort of peeks over at Ophelia and you. What's
Mhm.
your story?
I wish I knew. Or are you talking about the prophecy thing?
Yes?
I don't know my story. What was Ophelia's prophecy thing?
Ophelia
That
didn't
one?
get one. Ophelia's
Yeah,
just sort
like-
of been along for the ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like prophecy wise, I feel like I haven't had much direction except for perhaps today and a few other glimpses here and there, but only time will tell. And tell it do terrible, wonderful things. I need more things to imbibe.
Sure. Nix, you want to give us a round?
I hand off my terrible beer.
I drink the terrible beer.
Because in saving throw.
Oh no.
It would just be against being. No, probably not against being poisoned or diseased, right? It just sucks.
It's just bad ale. Oh, that was
17.
almost a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take a sip, and it is absolutely awful. Like, you haven't had beer in a long time, but you're pretty sure it's not supposed to taste like this.
This ham and butter tart is going to be so pleasant later. Combined with this beer.
Don't worry,
Uh-huh.
you won't be alone when you go through it.
Well, the issue is
Or when it goes through you, I suppose.
I was just saying, it's
none of you are wearing as many clothes as I am.
You know what? Maybe you should write in that little book, butt flap.
I pull out my little book and I write down butt flap, all caps, underlined 3 times. And Fiona like looks up at it and like I think there is a butt flap note from earlier in there too. And then just circles that one a bunch.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Goodness. Okay.
Can't wait for Artemis to draw more art and know that in some there is a butt flap just like when Artemis draws Alice, she knows he technically wears 2 pairs of pants.
I refuse to draw pants on Atlas.
Forbidden knowledge. Biblically accurate.
All of the art that I have done for Mistwalkers, Atlas has never worn pants.
He's swinging in the art. He's swinging.
He's just freeballing it. It's fine. So you sit there with Grayson for a little bit, and he takes another sip out of his beer, and he says, "Well, I will pass along that you are, for the most part, and with a glance at Ophelia, normal folk."
Absolutely,
I am
totally,
relaxed.
100% normal.
I am relaxed and normal.
Uh-huh. Sure.
All right, then.
Okay.
Well, you enjoy your ale, and we're gonna go home now.
All right.
Seems like a good plan to me.
And like he just sort of looks at you over his mug, Zalari, and says, "You know where to find me."
I do, and I give him like a little, like, one of those strokes on the cheek and off the chin before I walk up.
Mhm.
Poor Race.
You just sort of like leave.
I'm like, no.
Okay. So you all go back out, and like it's fully night at this point. Like the sun has gone down below the horizon, and the stars are starting to come out. You can see all of you. Everybody, make a perception check.
I make it very normal and very relaxed.
Yes, all of the things.
15.
Ophelia.
A 2.
Please.
I technically have an inspiration, but I think it makes sense that it's low right now, honestly.
Please let Lily notice. Please. There we go.
Okay, so
Hallelujah.
Lily and Hopia, or Lily and Talari, you both see way out at sea. There is a massive thunderhead and cracks of lightning that go like cloud to cloud, and you see a couple like strike down, and there is a huge storm out at sea. Like if you were in Titan's Watch enough with Race to know what storms like that generally mean, like almost like monsoon.
Ooh.
You can just kind of just see it on the horizon. It like lights up in the dark.
That's not good.
Oh, that's not good. No. Oh, I hope there's nothing out there in that. Because I don't think it'll stay out there for long.
Not on top of the water, anyway.
Not on top of the water, no. Ugh.
Nothing we can do
You
about it
think-
now.
But there's not much we can do about it, no.
You think maybe in the next 2 or 3 days it's going to make landfall? So. And
Well-
as you, like, are you headed back to the merchant house then?
Yep.
Probably. So as you all sort of turn away from that and start heading back towards the merchant house, the ground begins to shake and rumble and pitch and turn, and there's an earthquake that happens for probably a solid like 3 minutes, where the ground like buckles hard enough to knock you all off of your feet, and then settles.
That's great.
Just like stare up at the sky from being flat on my back.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be able to get up in these heels. Raise, pick me up, please.
I think that's where we're gonna end for the night.
Amazing.
I do. For the record, I do pick her up.
Just sort of like yeet.
I do like the little baby kicks showing off my heels. They're like 7 inches. Like, there's no way I'm getting up by myself.
Good grief.
Well, thanks for a good session, Artemis.
Yeah.
Not where I thought you were gonna go, but sure.
You're welcome.
Isn't that the whole
Fine.
point, though?
You'll get to the warehouse eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually. Yeah.
What if it's a warehouse, so only half the time it's a house on a full moon?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, where?
We're gonna go raid somebody. How about the dungeon run? That sounds good. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for just hanging out with us. We'll see you when we see you.
Mm. Bye.